Hi. Hi. Hello. Yes. It is me. It is the boy Ace. Not late by 15 minutes because I was scrambling to figure stuff out. Anyways, hi. Let's hop right into Jump King. Yeah, let's just do that. Let me drop this down a wee bit. There we go. I have a few albums here that I really want to listen to because, let's just be honest, they're really good. Let me bring up the first one. It's the Project Wingdown playlist. It's really good. I don't think it's copyrighted, right? I hope not. Yeah, it should be fine. Let's just start. Because all the music here is bangers, dude. Okay, let me quickly, before I forget, move you guys to this screen. It's still there, which is weird. Ah, this is what I was trying to figure out before stream. How long does it take for it to swap playlist is the thing. Hopefully that changes. I guess I'll be checking on that from here now and then. It should switch. I just don't know how long it takes to switch, really. Anyways, let me check on that. If the album cover doesn't work, I'll just take the album cover down. Right. Ooh. Okay. I remember now what I was doing. Alright. Too much. Uh... Right, all the way. Yes. Okay. Why is it still not changed? Because it's not Demon anymore. It should be the Project Wing. One sec. Why is this not changed? Let me check the actual file location. I'm sorry, it's just being weird. Documents. Question though, why? Even here it's fine. I don't know why it's being weird and funky there. I'm just gonna exit it out and re-exit it. Hold on, give me a second, chat. Oh, there we go. But now the image is just refusing. I see it. Maybe it's because I scaled it down. You know what? Until I figure that out, I'm just gonna remove the actual image of it. Which is unfortunate. If we do that, and then I'm just gonna hide it. No, it does that. It's just awkwardly going to the pit black void. No, oh god, everything's going wrong. Give me, oh boy, there we go. Okay. Please. Everything freaks out when I touch one little thing. Put the background back on. I guess. Just hide it for now. I'll try and figure out why it's not working, but for now you guys can just see the name of the song that's playing and the producer, or artist, excuse me. Weirdness being weird. Anyways. Back to more Jump King. My brain's trying to remember. Ooh, I think I just full hop from here. Yes, okay. Oh, that's too much. Maybe I'll do better for a different one, but it's been giving me issues with it because I scaled it down. Enough about that. That's too much. That's fine. I overshot it. That's fine. I'm sorry, guys. I'd hate to do this so early in this, but 1 second. I have to go do something really quick, so let me just pop this up. Okay, sorry about that. I had to take out the dog. I was hoping to do it before, but I forgot till now, but now we did it. There should be no more interruptions. Hopefully. Okay. Sorry, excuse me. Let me just check. There we go. I still really want to figure out why this isn't working. Let me just do save album artwork again. See, maybe on like the next song will pop up. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Water under the bridge, I guess. And then... Okay, that was scary. That was a little too close, but... And then here we go. Thankfully, I'm at like a soft checkpoint. And why is Jump King not showing up now? I guess I hit the wrong one. That's my bad. There we go. Professional streamer here, guys. I swear, professional streamer. Don't get flabbered at all. Don't get flabbered. Nope. Don't get stressed out. Nope. Here we go. Okay. Okay. It's fine. It's cool. It's relaxing. We'll go with that. I'll try and... it's throwing me off because I see it there, and I'm like, I want the little artist thing to work. But I don't know why it isn't. Spotify album filters? The image is just not showing. No, it is here. Let me check the properties of it. No, it's there. I don't know, dude. I guess I willed it back into... No, it's worked. I fixed it, I guess. Okay, that was weird. Now you guys can actually see it there in the little corner. Somewhat, at the very least. Okay. Speaking of Project Wingman, I'm really into it. Not gonna lie. It's kind of been on my brain, but I've kind of said to myself that I'm gonna do all the Jump King streams before I start switching it, putting it on like the back burner. I almost overshot that. Okay. Let me compile my thoughts really quickly. Balls. There we go. Okay. Oh, just a little too much. Okay, that was scary. Okay. Ooh, that was almost bad as well. That was too much. Then here. Okay. Okay. Nope. Don't give out that kind of advice. My brain is like trying to figure out and pray that everything just goes well. It should. It should. At least I'm glad I figured that out now. Oh, it was just not enough. That's too much. Oh, that's barely too much. Oh, that's too much, but if I do it from like here, I'll have a better... Okay. Give me time. Time is all I need. Time and like epic music, which I have the epic music. Okay. That was too much. I don't think you can hit it from there, can you? Or maybe there is a way. What is that over there? I'm not going to trust that. That might be a bad... There we go. So... Oh, just a little more. Just a little more is what I'm getting from it. If I can make progress, I will be so happy. Ah, I didn't do it hard enough. I did a negative jump again. Okay, I need a not thinky topic to talk about. That was too much. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Okay. There we go. We're good. Okay. It's fine. It's cool. Everything's okay. Sorry if I'm a little like antsy today. I don't really have a reason for it. It's just usually my energy's a little higher than normal, I guess. Had a good meal. Had some nice tonkatsu ramen. It's really good. I was very into it. What? My luck is blessed sometimes, I gotta say it. Lady Luck looks down upon me sometimes and she goes, yeah, we'll give you that one. Then half the time she's like, nah, that's not though. Don't want you to get an ego now. Yep. Don't want me to get an ego. Overshot it. That's fine. What? Woo. Okay. Wee. Okay. That's too much. That's not enough. That's not enough. There we go. Here. There. And everywhere. Balls. Okay. There we go. Okay. Too much. I should learn that by now. To just never full hold it. There we go. Good thing is that I'm getting really good at this section. Now watch me mess up this section. There we go. Okay. I just need to get these like pillar jumps down. I'm just gonna not try and go from there. I'm just gonna try and go for it from here. Ooh, okay, where? Is that like a full right? It is. New screen Pog! Uh-oh. Okay. Thankfully, that's not that bad. That is not as bad as a setback as I was imagining it would be. And it gives me more practice on the stilted jumps there. Epic. Swaggerino. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Random topics to talk about. Go. Y'all seen any good new anime? The only thing what is new that I've kept up with? I watched all of Bocchi the Rock because it's good and fun. It's like Nichijou levels of gags, but instead of like, well, no, Nichijou was also a lot of visual gags. I think Bocchi did them way well. That's not fair. They're two separate things trying to do two separate. There are two separate shows trying to do two separate things. Oh, okay. Not enough. Oh, that puts me there. That's really nice. Ooh, that's the wrong side. That would have been scary. Yup. That's close. Yup. What? Okay. Bocchi I'm watching. I'm keeping up with Blue Lock, but that's just because Blue Lock is like crazy, like balls to the walls fun. It's not like a serious soccer show or like soccer anime, sports anime. There you go. But it's just fun balls to the walls. I feel like it's one of those shows where if you swap the sport, you can still do the same show basically, kind of like how with like March comes in like a lion, you can change like the sport they're doing like for that shogi. If you change it to like chess or any other kind of game that people play competitively, the message still stays the same. I think that's the same for Blue Lock, simply because it's more about like competition, but they're just using soccer as the medium, if that makes sense. Like if you switched it to basketball, it would still be the same thing. Instead, it'd probably just be like a center or a power forward, maybe a power forward. I think so. Either power forward or like a shooting guard, someone who can score a lot of points, since that's what they're trying to go for with striker. Ah, too much that time. But yeah, Blue Lock I'm keeping up with. I need to watch Chainsaw Man. I saw the first 2 episodes and I'm like, this is good. And then I stopped watching it because I was like, other stuff came up. There was a good soccer. I think it's Ashto? A-O space and then Ashto, A-S-H-I-T-O, I think. That one's actually really good. It's a really enjoyable series. Kind of brings me back like a little bit of like Hajime no Ippo vibes, but it's more like Haikyuu for me, which I'm still so disappointed that it went from yeah great series, we're getting a bunch seasons, to they're just gonna end it with 2 movies, which is fair. I think the budget was going down, like you could start to tell with the animation that was used for season, I think we're in season 4, right? Oh, I overshot it again because I'm thinking. Yes, because season 3 was the single match, so this has to be season 4. Which is unfortunate, but like if you look at the animation in season 4, the animation when it's like plays as everything is still great, but it uses a lot more stilted frames and simple like character talking or like simple actions. Like the first one immediately comes to my mind is when I forget which team is cheering on. Oh my god, forgot all the team names. Is cheering on Garasuno, and it's when they're telling him to get back, and it's just a simple animation of him banging his hands on the table, and that's like all you get. Oh, but like there's even stuff too where like you can look at how quickly they're drawing each frame, and like how loose all the proportions are. But to be fair, proportions are hard. Okay. There we go. New screen. We're back to where we were. Okay, so that's not a full one. That's like a, I want to say 2, maybe 3/3. Huh? Little more than that one. Got it. Too much that time. Yeah. Yeah. Ah, yeah. Whoop. Nice. Awesome. Oh. Yeah. What else have I yeah, but quickly to go back on the Haikyuu train. It's just unfortunate that's going down to 2 movies, but if I had to guess, the last one is probably going to be the Karasuno versus the Battle of the Trash Heap, essentially, which is Karasuno versus Nekoma. That's definitely gonna be one of the movies at the very least, and then the other one's probably gonna be the final match of the not Inter High, what is it? The tournament. It's been so long since I've seen it. I'm so sad. I think is it Inter High? It might be. It might be. I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. Which is really unfortunate because I really wanted to see them animate the special that they did where it's like, spoilers, it's everyone like fast forward 5 to 10 years and they're playing an Olympic game and it's literally Shoyo versus Tobio and it's Kageyama versus Hinata and it's like, yeah, and you see all the greats and they just put them on 2 teams and they go run it and it's just like, yeah, that should happen more. Oof. There we go. Close, but no cigar. That's scary. I don't know why that happened. No, I cannot. My brain was like, can I do that? But better? Probably not. I should just be lucky I didn't fall down. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? And that reminds me of Kuroko no Basket. Or Kuroko's Basketball. Also good. Movies were... The movie where it's the Generation versus... The Generation Miracles versus the American team was pretty good. I would have really liked it if it was like, oh yeah, the Generation can't beat them. Let's get the uncrowned kings on board. Or let's get the senpais to come back on the team and they play against them. Like I really wanted that moment where it's like, you guys have done enough. Now you let us handle it. And it's like they show that they got it. It would have been so cool. It would have been so cool, but I know they're like still it was pretty good. Also, they were really pushing it when they were having the American team call the Japanese players monkeys, and I was like, ooh, we're going there. Like these are the I'm better than you, you animal lower than me levels of arrogance. But that just made it all the better when you see them lose it. Also, I thought more of their team members would have been star players. If I remember correctly, I think it's just 2. Like, I think it's just 2 or 3 max. I don't think it's like an entire team of like super strong players who all get their own little like, oh, I can do this, I can do that. Which is unfortunate, but still, pretty good. I see. Hot. Yep. Yeah. Blue Lock, Chainsaw, Bochi. Bochi was still one of the greatest ones. I really, really like it. Like, it's really good. Hut. I missed. Hut. Balls. Yup. Okay. That was almost bad. I need to take a step back. That's too much of a step back. Okay. Up. Try again. Up. One more time. For the fans. Nope. Fans said no. Fans said, why would you do this? There we go. And then I can just hop up from here. Yeah. What? Okay. Ooh, that was close. That's fine. If I ever shoot, it's fine for me to do that there. I'm trying to think of like. I think it's just that. I don't think I've actually seen any other newer anime series. I went back and started, or technically continued watching Castlevania. I just finished season 2, I believe. That's really good. I really like the animation and stuff in that. I still remember watching the first 3 episodes of season 1 and going, man, this feels like it's a Team 4-star thing with like the dialogue and like how much it's just like how funny it was. Like even to this day, I still like it in season 2 where it's, oh yeah, Belmont stands up to Dracula and punches him. And he goes, "You must be Belmont," and everyone going, I love how Dracula's just like, oh, this guy who's crazy enough to punch me surely is Belmont. Oh, come on. I'm like right there, please. There we go. And then full. A little less. A little less. A little more. Okay. Okay. That's too much. That was a full. Okay. This is fine. This is fine, actually. That's way easier for me. Because if I undershoot it, I just go back down to the pit. Or that little pit there, excuse me. Not the actual pit of doom. Like that. So I think I'll take my chances doing that than doing this one here. Because it's just safer, in my opinion. Oh. Yeah, I think I'll start doing this then. Castlevania. I've been rewatching OG Naruto as well. Well, not rewatching. So shockingly, I've been watching it for the first time. It's weird because it's half rewatching, because I remember seeing like a lot of chunks of it, and also I've been around the anime community for so long that it's like at this point you basically know what Naruto is, especially if you're like a 2000s kid like I was, where it's like, yeah, this was the this was the shit. But nope. So it's a weird thing of like, oh yes, I know this scene, I know that scene from the memes. For example, the one of Itachi choking Sasuke, I saw it in context and I was like, ah, it's that. Nice. And then I also saw this is Genjutsu Reversal, or Genjutsu Reversal, which was great too, especially thinking of all the freaking memes that's brought from that. It's such a joy. Honestly, OG Naruto is pretty good. I think the only thing I don't like about it is just pacing, and I think that's just something I don't like about shonens in general. Because some of it's paced really well, and then there's some like slow parts that I'm just like, why? But then again, that comes with the filler. The whole filler thing as well. Like I'm pretty sure after the I forget what the actual name is, but I always call it the Sasuke's Runaway. That little arc where it's like to go get him. I'm pretty sure it just all becomes Naruto's friends filler. Well, maybe not filler, because I know my cousin mentioned a lot of like, oh, this isn't filler, this is stuff you need to know, because it goes, hey, remember that guy? Yeah, that guy's important. I still remember watching when the third Hokage dies and having the fact that oh god, there we go. What is his name? My brain is forgetting his name, and I'm what is what I'm gonna Google it. Hold on. Kakashi. There we go. My brain was getting his first name, and I was like, no. No. I refuse. But Kakashi, there we go. Can't believe I forgot his name. I'm such a fake fan, haha. But like Kakashi's flat out name drops Obito during that section. I was like, damn, that's. Well, to be fair, like it probably it was a lot further along in the manga. Okay, so this should be. There we go. Where do I go now? Full right. Oh, this is weird. Too much. Okay. Is it still? Did it switch albums? It shouldn't have switched albums. Why did the picture disappear? No, this is still the same. And why? Why is this happening? Properties? Yeah, that one. I don't know why it's not, because I have to constantly be checking that. It's weird. I'll have to figure out a better way for it. Maybe I have a setting that I'm not supposed to have unchecked. Save. Keep medium. No, everything's fine. Weird. But yeah. I think I just finished the Tsunade, looking for Tsunade arc in Naruto. Yeah, because they're just in the little like section of filler before they actually make it back to the village. And that's always the thing that like I wonder, it's like, should I skip? Because I don't want to. Like I always kind of think like if you're going to try and watch something, you should just watch all of it. And it's like in somewhat of its entirety. Okay. Uncharted territory, boys. Uncharted territory. Nice. Okay. That's not that bad. As long as I don't fall below that freaking jump that I forget. I don't know what the actual name, but I just call it Shibu. The Shibu Wo jump. You know the jump. You know that jump. It's that jump. There we go. As long as I don't get lower than that, I should be fine. That's unfortunate. Yeah. Oh, nope. Yeah. Well, emphasis on started. I started watching One Piece. Like, I'm barely on episode 15, I want to say. And I like it. It's nice. It's enjoyable. I don't know. I get, like, the whole thing where it's, like, people are thrown off and you're like, oh, when does it get good? Like, really good. And they're, like, episode, like, 300. And you just sit there going, what? Because to be fair, 300 is the entirety of Naruto. Like, Naruto, not without Shippuden, because I think Naruto is like 220 episodes. And to tell someone, oh yeah, I could watch all of Naruto, and I barely get to the good part of One Piece, they'd be like, I don't think so. But that's just kind of like those things with, like, again, Shonen, where it's like, hey, when does Hajime no Ippo get good? And I'm like, honestly, I think it gets really good around the halfway point. I think that's like episode 40 or 50. Even then, that's a big commitment to people because now they're just like, I guess we're so used to just like 12 episode burst of like good. Like you can compare it to like other stuff, like let's say Attack on Titan. Well, everyone says Attack on Titan is just good from the start, which is true, especially if you go back now and like rewatch it and whatnot, knowing everything. It's really good. I'm trying to think of like. Bleach is the weird thing because I was super into Bleach for a point, but then it dropped off my radar super hard. And then it came back with 1,000 Year War, and I was like, yo, this is sick, but I don't remember watching any of this. And my cousin was like, don't worry, you just watch up to Soul Society, then you stop. Because apparently, like, Soul Society is where it drops down hard. I said I was gonna get on the pool first, not gonna. No, I think I'm gonna hit the flag. I was thinking, can I full hop from here to there? And I don't think I can. I don't think that's physically possible. I don't think Jump King's squats or legs are that strong. Even with all the squats he does. Oh, balls. No! We're good. Excuse me. Sorry, excuse me. Okay. Other... What else have I been meaning to get into? I don't think there's anything really big on... Well, there is Ancient Magnus Bride Season 2, which I'm super excited for. If you haven't seen, you should watch Ancient Magnus Bride. It is really, really good with its world building and whatnot. Like, its systems on how things work is great. The characters are really fun, and they interact very well with each other. It's fun to watch. Like, it's a stunning beauty. Like, if you like just good animation, it's really good. Like, if you're on the fence, I'd say watch. You could probably watch the OP and see, because the OP for, well, both OPs for season one are just things that happen in the first half of the season, which I'm always just like, yeah, that's good. Don't show me anything about the second half of the season. Just show me what I've already seen and go, yeah, you know it's good. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But I don't know if I should, because there's a scene that's like probably the most beautiful scene, and it's when the main heroine uses a bit of magic to get back to her home, and it's really pretty. I'm pretty sure if you search up Ancient Magnus Bride Phoenix scene, you'll get it. And it's really good, but I don't know if it's a spoiler. Because I don't think it is, but it does spoil a few things, kind of, a little bit. I know another one that happens earlier that's also super pretty. I think if you search Dragon's Dream, Ancient Magnus Bride, Ancient Magnus Bride Dragon's Dream, you'll get another like equally stunning thing, and it doesn't have too many spoilers because it's like episode 3. I'm pretty sure it's like episode 3 or 4 that scene happens. And then the other one is like literally the halfway point. It's like episode 12. But it's just really pretty. And it's really good. I'm super excited for season 2. Because it should be when they start doing the college arc, right? I think. I'm pretty sure. What else am I excited for? I want to get into Trigun Stampede. Everyone says the animation is actually pretty good, like, because everyone was thrown off by the fact that it's like 3D animation, but then everyone kind of, like, everyone's still like iffy with 3D animation because there's very few cases where it's been done really well. Like there's Ghost in the Shell SAC that has really good 3D animation. There's Berserk, the Memorial Age thing, because I think that also kept the 3D animation. I need to watch that too. There's a lot of stuff I need to watch that I forget about, and then I remember it very vaguely, and I'm like, oh yeah, I should watch this. I just remember when I'm currently watching Vinland Saga Season 2. Ooh, I love it. I love it because it's literally where I stopped reading. Because I remember I was renting the books from a library, and and I remember picking up, I think it's like the 6th or 7th volume and finishing it when, spoilers, Askelin gets killed. And Thorfinn's just like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And I remember picking up the next volume because I was like, oh, what is he going to do? What's he going to do? What's going to happen? And it just goes, here's this slave. Here's this guy who becomes a slave. And I was like, huh? Okay. Cool. New character, I guess. That's fun. And I remember him going, here's who you'll be working with. Thorfinn, come out. And I was like, Thor, huh? What? And you just see him and he is this, like, he's no longer a teenager. He is a man. He is a bona fide man. I was like, oh my god. I was so confused, but I was like, yeah, I was all about it. Because it was like, it's such a good time to do a time skip. Because they're like, there's nothing important. Because Thorfinn loses his purpose. Like, there's no driving factor anymore. Like, he's no longer striving to do anything, really. So they're just like, we'll just skip that. We'll just skip that to a later point in this time when something big is going to happen. Oh, I keep undershooting that. Usually I'm not this bad with it. Okay. I overshot it. Okay. Here. So yeah, Vinland Saga I'm watching. Too much again. Bocchi, I don't know if they're gonna do more Bocchi. Hopefully they do, because it was so much fun. I remember watching Komi-san Can't Communicate. Because that's good. That's just fun. Also on the same level of like Nichijou level of visual gags. What are some old things I need to watch? I watched Bakemonogatari and I need to watch I believe the next one is Nissan Monogatari. I need to watch do that. And I have the first series in light novels. Of course, it isn't the same as in like pure Japanese. I have it translated, but I think that some of the jokes still land. But some of them are just like you kind of get iffed off. But it's fine. I enjoy it. What else? Monogatari series. Vagabond. I've heard good stuff about. I've been wanting to rewatch Samurai Champloo because I don't think I actually ever finished it as a kid. Don't ask why I was watching Samurai Champloo as a kid. It's good. Trust. Right, I said I was going to do this. We overshoot that. So I can do it from here. Because I'd rather be stuck in this pit. I wish that could work, dude. I know it's not, but I wish. There we go. Oh, that's close. Okay. I don't know what else has really caught my eye in terms of shows anymore. I know everyone's currently talking about The Last of Us HBO series, which is good. It's good that it's good, right? But it's really irritating that everyone's acting like this was the first good story or like first good game adaptation when you have stuff like, you know, Castlevania, which is amazing. You have Arcane, which came out, which is like, yeah, Arcane's great, but everyone just knows it's great. But it's just irritating that like everyone in the media is like, wow, this is the first good video game story, woohoo! And it's like, it's really not. There's so many other stories out there that deserve high praises. Like immediately my brain goes to like Titanfall 2, the Batman Arkham games is great. Red Dead 1 or 2, I think both of them are pretty good. Metal Gear. Metal Gear would be an amazing movie series. I feel like if Metal Gear ever actually hit movies, it would essentially bring forth the next like Marvel thing. Because the way it's like paced and done is done in a way where it's like you're gonna watch the next one and you're gonna understand everything. But I think it's gonna. That's the one thing I'm honestly worried about with them getting a lot of good like praises for something like, let's say, The Last of Us, is that they're gonna oversaturate it. Like it's gonna be like, oh, look at this great cash cow, and then these companies are gonna be like, yeah, it's a great cash cow. Look at it. Wow, amazing. People love it. Let's make more. And then, you know, as soon as we get The Last of Us, the first season of The Last of Us is gonna go season 2, season 3, season 4, season 5. It's eventually gonna become something like The Walking Dead, where it's like there's Walking Dead that has like 11 to 13 seasons, I think, and then you have Fear the Walking Dead, which has like another 7 seasons, and it's just so much that it just gets repetitive. Like I think the one thing that turned me off like The Walking Dead as a whole was just cool. I walked off because I'm a silly boy. Oh, that's where that puts me. I'm lucky it put me there though, because I know it wanted to drop me to the bottom. So that's like the one thing I'm worried about with like these game adaptations that are really good. Like, what if they just try to oversaturate it? What if they just try to milk it as much as they can? Because that's when it gets bad. Like, I don't know how well Uncharted did, because the Uncharted movie, in my opinion, it was good. It was okay. I forget the name of Chloe's actress, but she was really good. Like, she hit Chloe smack on the head, like, of what her personality had to be and how she needed to act. It was really good. I really liked her. Tom Holland as Nathan was pretty good. What is his name? Marky Mark. Marky Mark. My brain is forgetting his name. Don't question me. I may or may not be Googling it again. Don't even worry about this. I'm professional. Don't even worry about it. And Mark Wahlberg. There we go. Him. Yes. My brain wanted to say Zuckerberg, and I'm like, no, not the reptilian. I undershot it again. Not the reptilian. Oh no. Okay, we're fine. Mark Wahlberg as Sully? Little questionable, because even in like Uncharted 1, Sully's like 60, I think. He's a silver fox. At that point, like, he's old in all the games. I overshot it. Oh no. Dude, I'm so... Oh, balls. Okay. I'm so sad, dude. Anyways, like in all the Uncharted games, he's pretty old. I mean, there's 3 where you have that flashback, but even then, he's still like maybe there. Mark would be good. I was expecting someone older, but then you try to get them to do the stunts, and it's like maybe not. Oh, thank goodness. I was dumb. I didn't trust myself at all. I was like, I can't full hop from here. Oh, there's the... It wouldn't be Jump King if there wasn't a massive fall. And here I thought I might be able to beat this or get to, like, the checkpoint, which is Chapel Perilous, I think it's called. I was hoping I could get to the chapel today, or at least to the freaking... the snow section. But I guess my dreams have been dashed. Man. But yeah, like, it was good, but I'm kind of confused why they didn't do an actual, like, Uncharted tale. Because it felt like they were going to, but then they didn't. It felt like they kind of mishmashed just cool scenes from all the games together, which is weird. Like, for example, the trailer shot of the car of Nathan getting hit by the car, which is just from 3. But then they didn't do the story of 3 at all. It just confused me a lot, because I was like, you can do either one. You can do the first one, which is maybe not the first one, because I think looking back on it now, I don't think you can put Nazis in the movie and not call them Nazis, because I'm pretty sure you end up with the war, I forget what it's called. Good thing I have this open already. The Chintamani stone. Right? No, that's the second one. Story. Summary. No, summary. Give me a summary. It's not El Dorado. The second one's El Dorado, no? I'm sorry, I'm looking at this and it has like the little Wikipedia pull-up, and I like how one of the main points is Uncharted Drake's Fortune is different. You won't find any Wumpa fruit, furry friends, or double jumps here. The characters are human and the environments are realistic. Okay. Oh, come on, give me the... I will say, I'm not gonna be able to find it. I don't remember what the treasure actually was in the first one. But I'm gonna say I do like that they had Nolan North just relaxing there, like, what are you guys doing? As I sip my tea, or not tea, as I sip my drink. That was a good touch. I liked that. That made me smile. Yeah, other than that, it was pretty good. Just like I said, I didn't know why they didn't choose an actual Uncharted story to follow, because it's all there. Like, I'm pretty sure even if you don't want to play the games, you can just get all the cutscenes and you can just put it into a movie. Like, that's what people do, and you can just watch those cutscenes and you won't miss out on too much. I almost overshot that. Ah, balls. Yahtzee. Nope. No Yahtzee. Okay. Other. There was the Halo film that's on YouTube free with ads. I'm trying to remember what it was called. I forget exactly what it is, but I remember that being pretty good as well. And this is where like a lot of people got their starts. Dawn something Dawn. Sorry, I'm gonna go silent when I need to, so we can get ourselves back to where we were, because I'm slightly molding over the fact that I'm down here again when I was up high for so long and it took one missed jump, dude. Because now I gotta do that jump I got better at, thankfully. Here, it's this jump. It's that L jump right there. What other game series would make good film adaptations? I think I already said Metal Gear. Like, any Kojima production would probably make a super good film, because he has such a way with storytelling that's just like grabs you and goes, yup, you're stuck here now for the next million years of your life. I think obviously like Final Fantasy would be another good choice. Like, any Final Fantasy game probably does well into a movie adaptation. I mean, look at Advent Children. I think it's called it's called Advent Children. Maybe I don't remember it too well actually, so I don't know if it's well regarded. Okay. He just went out. He said, I refuse. I unshot it again. Ace Combat? But I feel like that'd just be Top Gun. I feel like we'd just get Top Gun with that. Final Fantasy. Maybe like a. I want to say like Earthbound or the Mother series, but then I feel like Mother. The reason why it's so good is because a lot of it is what you choose to see and whatnot. If that makes sense, it's more along the lines of like, hey, like take Mother 3 where it's like it's those little experiences that you get that you can miss that makes it special. Like, it's what you see when you play, not what is like given to you. So I think forcing people down a certain path would kind of ruin it. That's why I don't think I can say like Silent Hill 2 should become a movie, because here goes another rant about Silent Hill 2 specifically. A lot of its charm comes from the fact that the story is somewhat written while you play to make it more cohesive, and forcing everyone into what will essentially become the canon ending is weird because it's whatever you decide it is. Because, you know, some people might be like, well, I think James should have just took Maria and ran, and there's an ending for that, but they won't see it because they're not going to play a 20-year-old game? 20-year-old game? 22-year-old game. It's 2001. That's crazy. What? 2 million copies worldwide. Nice. Maybe Silent Hill 1 and 3 would make a good movie. Because I know those are connected, and I think that, because that just has, like... Sorry, excuse me. No, sorry, excuse me. Like, that has a canonical good or bad ending because of the story it's telling there. It's not like a psychological thriller at that point. It's just a supernatural horror with, like, Claudia and the cults. Oh my god, I am over that. You can not tell me otherwise. So I think those would make a good story. It's weird for me to try and figure out what would make a good, not a good story, a good movie, because it's like just play the games and or like watch the cutscenes. I overshot that on my own. That was me there. Um, I'm trying to think. Oh, I'm in there. Anyways, it's weird because a lot of like 1 second. Sorry about that weirdness happening with the fam. Um, back to here. The image is still there. Good. Okay. Yeah. It's weird to try and take a game and move it to a kind of on the rail format because I feel like the enjoyment of games comes from the fact that you have an impact on it, like the player has an impact on it. So taking that away kind of weakens it in a sense, if that makes sense. Because I already said Silent Hill, let's take a different game. Take like Undertale and say we turn that into a movie. You would have to first off make 2 movies. One that is the pacifist, probably ultimate pacifist route. You can make 3 if you really wanted to be cheesy or like scummy, excuse me, by going pacifist, ultimate pacifist, and then genocide. Or even be like, nah, maybe not. I was saying you could be super scummy and go like soft genocide, hard genocide. If you're asking what those are, when I say hard genocide, I essentially mean like full genocide and then like, oh, first killed a couple things and was just like, eh. But the game loses its charm because what if they just don't add those scenes with like Napstablook where you go to his house and just sit there and go, man, I'm a part of the universe, you know? Or they throw in the scene with Undyne random, the date scene with Undyne randomly. You know, like, it loses a lot because you didn't choose to go and do that. That makes sense. There we go. Okay. Or take, like, the ultimate genocide route? Like, I don't think it holds as heavy as a... It doesn't hit as hard because you haven't interacted with the characters enough for it to, like... Say someone was like, I think the genocide route sounds cool, and they just watch and like, damn, that kid's a monster. He killed all those monsters. Okay, so... Like, you lose the way of getting to learn about those characters and whatnot. You lose that. Oh, I bonked my head. It's fine. Okay. So like that's why it's hard to like say like maybe some of the older RPGs you could because they're so the story's like on the rails already because it's just like listen, you're here to play this story and this story only. Like take older Final Fantasies or older Dragon Quest if you want. Maybe Dragon Quest would make good films. I mean, your story was pretty good. I really liked your story. Like I won't. Even if I haven't played Dragon Quest V, it was still a fun thing to just watch and be like, damn, that's cool. That was nice. Okay. But I want there to be more to these games and stuff. Like, that's why I kind of want to push the industry forward. I know it's kind of like a pipe dream at this point, but still, I want something I want to do where it's like being able to kind of normalize using different mediums to tell one story. There's few that do it well is the thing. Like take Warhammer, where it's like you have the miniatures, you have the game, and then you have these books of lore, and then they just launch their streaming service, so they're getting like movies and films and whatnot. But like kind of having all that come together to form a cohesive universe, I think would be amazing. Because I kind of want it to be like, I know people don't like that. Like, there's a lot of people who are like, why do I need to? It's the thing with the MCU right now where they're like, why should I have to watch this series, these two movies, to enjoy the thing that just released now? And to me, the obvious answer is because it's a part of like that story. When people, I guess the first one that pops into mind is like the whole Doctor Strange multiverse of madness thing, where it's like people were like, I don't get it, and then people tell them you should watch this, and then like WandaVision, and you should watch like the first Doctor Strange, and they're like, why should I do that? Why should I have to watch WandaVision to understand Doctor Strange 2? And I understand why people are like that because they're like, listen, my time is important. I just want to watch the movie and enjoy it. I get it, but still it's like saying, why should I have to play Metal Gear 1 and 2 to understand Metal Gear 3? Or no, why should I play Metal Gear Peace Walker to understand like Metal Gear 4? Where it's like it's a spin-off game, but it's still important to the story. And I think the reason why people, because I'll admit, like having a lot of lore is for certain people. Like there are people who love having like a bunch of lore on like little things, and learning about like these small, minute details that are like, wow, that's crazy. But then there are people who are just like, tell me the bigger picture. I don't care. Just serve it to me like on a platter and let me consume it. Like just feed me the information. And it's difficult to make it for both because let's say you have Dark Souls. What if instead of having to interpret everything from Dark Souls, you had a book that you could read that would tell you all of the stuff that happened to like Gwyn's family, all nicely told in like a tome. And people were like, but I don't want to read that, I just want to play the game and get it. And it's like, then you lose you lose kind of the niche of having this nice tome that's like, hey, this was written by a famous author in game. You know, like, people talked about him and his famous writings, and like, here's this tome that you could purchase and be like, wow, that's crazy and cool, and you read and like, you pick on like his handwriting or something. I'm sorry, I'm going off on too much tangents, but stick with me on this one. I think that would be cool, having like these stories written by in-game characters and whatnot. I think would be awesome. It's kind of like how Supergiant credits its music to in-game characters. Like, the first one is Transistor, and like, I think half of, if not all of these songs in Transistor are credited to Red. I'm pretty sure. Like, if I go to Spotify, I search up not Trash Taste, Transistor. Like, it's obviously credited to Dan Corbin, but there's also songs on here. Well, I guess Ashley Barrett, because it's like featuring her. But I remember there was a time when it was credited to Red. Like, I think I searched that up, and there was like a nice little thing, like, it's credited to Red, which is cool. How do I not have these in my like songs? I'm sorry, I'm looking through all the songs. I'm getting distracted. Sorry, big sorry. But I think just having kind of multiple. What was the point of this? Lore, multimedia stories, essentially, is cool. But I understand why people are against that, because they want it to be concise. But also, that's kind of silly, but then they get kind of upset that they don't understand everything. Like, it's hard to balance, because you want to make it worthwhile for people picking up like the separate pieces of lore. Example, the Bloodborne comic, which I think gives lore on stuff and whatnot. It just follows like a generic hunter, if I remember correctly. I don't know why I tried it from there, but it's fine. Oh, okay, I think that's the shot, the jump I undershot once, and it just ruined me. Okay, let's get this concise right now. So, topic: multimedia storytelling, i.e., telling one story through different mediums such as movies, games, literature, or, because I have seen this starting to happen now with Super Eye Patch Wolf, merchandise, which is pretty cool. Like, having all of these avenues for lore to spread. That cool idea on its own, right? Difficult to do because of how much it costs, first off. But difficult to do as well because people might not bite and then just get upset that they can't just get everything from one source. For example, start with a video game. Let's say Final Fantasy 15, because that's the one I'm most familiar with right now. What if the entire first section of that was a book? So let's say chapter 1 to, I think, up until you meet, let's say like Dino, chapter 4 or 5. Let's say we turn that into like a light novel, and we have side quests shoved in there to like lengthen the book a bit, but mostly it's just like chapter 1 to 4. That way, when you play the game starts from chapter 5 to, let's say, the journey to, it's not Atlantis, Atlanta. No, not Atlanta, that's a real place. What is that? The pretty place on water that looks like Venice. I forget the name of it, but that place. Am I gonna search it up? Maybe. Let me just. Ah, my hand. Not XVI, XV. Locales. What is it called? What is it called? Is it laid? No. Insomnia. Altizia? Altizia. Like, you have that section be playable from Chapter 4 to Altizia. Right? You have that be playable. Then you make Altizia to the time skip a mix of play and literature. Or no, scrap that. We do this. You keep the game as it is, but what if you made all of the DLC sections, like episode Prompto, episode Gladio, and episode. Oh goodness, what is his name? I'm really bad with names. Glasses boy, best boy. Ignis. Episode Ignis, because I remember they call him Iggy. Ignis. You turn those into short stories. And then episode Arden, of course. I haven't actually played episode Arden. Right? I didn't see anything of it, really. Like, even when it dropped, I don't think it was too much. I think people were just like, cool, but I wish this was part of the base game. Which, to be fair, yeah. Because the system was there. I'm pretty sure, because if you play through base 15, there's a section where you can play as Gladio. And, like, it shows that the system was in there, and then they just decided to turn it into DLC. Or maybe they didn't have enough time to completely do it, and then they turned them all for one DLC. Because there are sections in the game where characters will leave your party, like Gladio leaves and he gets his episode. Prompto is missing, I think, for a section, and he gets his episode. And then Ignis is also... I think Ignis happens during the time skip, when you're in the crystal. Spoilers, you're in the crystal, don't ask why. And... let's say, like... okay, we're fine. Let's say you turn those into short stories. Then, for the... you do up to time skip, you cut it off at time skip, and you turn that last section into the movie. Into, like, this big hype movie. I think that would kind of be cool. Because it would work. But I would understand why people would be like, wait, what happens to, like, these characters while they're gone? And they're like, oh, go read the story. And it's like, why can't you just put that in the game? And it's like, they could, but it's I don't know how I did this, but this is pretty cool. Anyways, they could, but it loses the charm of being a story and, like, the thing that the writer adds, you know? Oh my goodness, I am doing really well at this jump here. I overshot it. Okay. So, like, doing something like that would be cool for me. Like, physically, like, it would be really cool and have a high payoff, but the amount of time it would take and resources, and not to mention that people might just not watch the movie or the thing that might happen is people watch the movie and are confused because essentially that movie is taking off from the rising conflict to climax and then ending off, because, like, if you know what happens after the time skip in episode 15, like, it's essentially it's Endgame. It's the equivalent of Avengers Endgame. Like, is that level of, like, that's what happened. Oh no. Okay. It's okay. It's like that level of stuff that occurred, essentially. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know what happened there. Oh no. It happened again. And it happened in 15 minutes this time. All my progress is gone. No. Anyways, like, I think that would be cool, but then you'd have a lot of people who are, let's say, going to watch the movie in theaters and are like, I don't understand what is going on. Because I remember that happened with my family. Like, my sister flat out put on the last Troll Hunters movie because she was like, this looks interesting. My mom was like, yeah, put it on. So they put it on, and they didn't have any idea what was happening with like characters and whatnot. And I was like, well, yeah, you put on the last movie, and they're like, what? And I was like, yeah, there's three series, and I think there was like another movie beforehand, all explaining these characters and like their relationship to one another and everything. And you essentially put on the last movie, and they're like, huh? And I was like, you put on Avengers Endgame, and you didn't watch Marvel. And they went, ah. And they're like, well, I don't like it. And I was like, why? And it's like, I don't get it. I'm confused. And it's like, well, yeah, you put on the last film in a series and expect to understand, which I think might happen if more and more creators start doing that, is that people will start watching stuff out of order. People will start reading things without context, which makes it much more difficult to tell the story, because you either start telling stuff, you either start like changing how like stuff is released or the names of things or whatnot to give more context, or you essentially go, hey, if you're gonna read this, you have to play this first, or you have to watch that first, and that just turns people off because they're like, why? I just want to read it. Because there's a lot of people out there who don't really care. They just want to. No, it's not that they don't care. It's that they take things at face value, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just it's difficult for creators to try and like do something new when the world is like, keep it the same, but we want something new. You know? And it's weird because you have like a division of people who are, you have a division of people who are like, let's see something new. Let's bring back something new. Make a new game in this thing that people can hop onto and be like, that's cool. We'll play the past games then. And then you have people who are like, bring back the old thing. I want the old thing. Give me the old thing, but again. And it's like, okay, how do we appease both of those people? And you have lucky things that, or like you have good things that do it. Like for example, Pokemon Arceus was pretty good. It was a pretty good revitalization of Gen 4. You have Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is its own thing, revitalized, but it's the story of 7. I wonder if they're going to remake Dirge Cerberus. I really wonder, because seeing Maximilian Dude play that, seeing Max play it, it looked rough. And I remember my uncle owning that game, and I'm pretty sure he returned it like as soon as he beat it, because he was like, this is a big no-no. Oh my god, that made me, I don't know if you guys even know of this game. I just know a random PS2 game called Chaos Reigns, and it's this interesting thing where it's like, oh, you're this, I don't even know like what the story is or anything. It's like, here's this dude who can control souls of enemies to use them as minions. Go? In like Gothic London? I think? A Gothic location. I don't know any of the story, if I'm being 100% with you. But it was cool, I think. It also almost like killed the old PS3 we have like 3 times, because it takes a lot on it, I guess, for some reason. It's a very demanding game, I suppose. I'm getting sidetracked. Man, but that, like, let me take a story that I'm in the process of, like, writing, I guess, to try and... I just shot it. So... Ooh, you can also use music, too. I think music would be cool. Like, use it kind of like old Bard Tales. To be like, here's this character's story. How do we tell it? Do an album of music. That is listed. Oh, if you're doing like a naval pirate story, you could use sea shanties to tell of someone's entire story. Or not sea shanties, Bard Tales and sea shanties, kind of. You know? Yeah, that'd be cool. I know you can't really use sea shanties because sea shanties are meant to be like easily recognizable songs with a sturdy beat to work to. Sorry, excuse me. Undershot it again. But I think doing like a set of Bard Tales would be really interesting and fun to do. What? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Overshot it. That was worse. Maybe if I full jumped it there, I could make it to that block. I'm trying to figure out saves. You know, like, hey, if I end up here, how can I make it easier on myself to get back? I don't think there is actually safe. If I full jump there, I think I just end up in the abyss. Stuck in the abyss. Stuck in the abyss. Anyways. Okay. What was I talking about? Multimedia story stuff. Yes. Bard Tales. I think that'd be cool. Like, use that to tell the story of, like, a character. And then you can also put that into a game, too. Like, I know a big thing of Dragon Age Inquisition that I really liked was just sitting down at the tavern and listening to the... What's her name? There was a bard, and she would sing songs, and they would have, like, lore implements, because they'd be, like, actual events that occurred in the timeline. Like, she'd talk about... I think she sung about, like... Oh my goodness, I have to dig through my memory for this. I think the Crimson Knights? I think she sung about that? Speaking of Crimson Knights, I watched Dragon Age Absolution. Pretty good. Super fun. Very jam-packed, so, like, you need to sit down and, like, focus on it if you're gonna watch it. Oh, I was so close. Okay. Oh, I'm a sad boy. I'm a sad boy. Because I saw the light, and I fucked it up twice. But, like, she used to sing, like, bard songs in the tavern that you could sit down and listen to. Oh, I almost bonked and I thought I was, and I was gonna low-key drop my controller and be like, that's an all for today. It's like, I just reversed so much progress I had, dude. Off of me being dumb and silly. No, I think that's the same either way. Anyways, yes. Using my story as a basis, you know, let's have a cyberpunk pirate story. Okay, I bonked for some reason. Cyberpunk pirates, yes, very cool, very cool. We'll throw them into a water world, yes, very cool, very cool. Okay. Okay. I've never not had that work before. I'm losing my brain. It's happening. It's going, and it's gonna be gone. please. Okay. Shot it. Cause I'm a cool guy. Let me just like focus for a few minutes. Give me some time here. Okay. Now we're back here in freedom. Cyberpunk story. Use stories to tell of the characters. Pit them into a video game in which we have Bard tales tell you of what other characters are doing. And then if I do end up having like a big bad, use a film to kind of end it off, I think would be an interesting thing to do. Maybe. Because how I'm thinking of it, right, it's so it's following like, as of right now I have like 8 captains who all have like a different gimmick. We have, I guess, like your typical shonen protagonist kind of captain dude. Like, he has metal arms, like he has cybernetic arms, and he wields a giant anchor. I don't have names for any of these characters, which is really unfortunate because I need names so I can start differentiating them. But I remember him being like the young kid-esque, like he's young but like he's naive, but he's like crazy strong because of his arms. Like, he wields the anchor, and his entire game plan was, or is, get in close enough to the ship that I'm targeting. Then I grab the anchor, I tie this big old chain to it, and I swirl it around my head. I whirl it around my head, and I toss that, and I literally hook the ship, and I pull us towards it, lowering it, and then my men get on board, and we take the ship. Like, that is his entire game plan. And then another... Oh, I overshot it because I'm so cool. I had another captain who was a parasitic captain? She... I remember her game plan being like, she visited an island once when she was young, and she met these giant butterflies. And they were like, hey, you're pretty cool. And she's like, thanks, I think you're cool too. And they're like, wanna be our host? And she's like, what does that mean? They're like, too late. And essentially I don't know if I want to make it a parasite or like she was augmented in a sense, like, because she's one of the few captains who doesn't have like any cybernetic augmentations. Because essentially her game plan is she uses the big butterflies that she has befriended to do stuff that she needs. For example, when she needs to get somewhere, she has the butterflies sit on her like the giant mast that she has, and they just open their wings and it catches the wind and they go. Or, well, I have to remember that boats are not going to be just using purely wind. They're going to have like motorized stuff and whatnot, but like when that's down or when they can't have people rowing, they use that. Ah, balls. And like when she needs to attack ships, she uses the butterflies to kind of like coerce them into a certain area to benefit her. And then she has like normal cannons and whatnot. Undershot it again. And then I had I think I said 8, right? I have 8, 9 captains, I think. Next captain is or he calls himself Admiral because he's like the military guy who, like, he's the one dude who has like his game plan is to his game plan is to essentially use motors to take you out from afar and whittle you down so much that he will basically, when he actually gets to you, you're down, you're done, your ship is wrecked, and he just picks it up from the bottom of the sea. And I remember, like, one of his hiring things was that he needs people who can quickly do calculations because he's gonna basically go, "You random shipmate, yes sir, do the calculations for, like, what's the wind?" And he goes, and then you tell him the wind is doing blah 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 blah, and he's like, "Cool, do the calculations if I'm firing X cannon with what ammo, normal ammo," and then you have to do the calculations like immediately. Like off the top of your head, you have to do the calculations and be either correct or like close. Like he'll take you being off by a couple feet at best, but like if you're way off, you're off the ship. Because I remember that being a cool thing where it's like, yeah, I'm the guy who's super smart and I just do logistics. And then, like, that's that captain. That's Admiral. I know he has a nickname. I think I called the butterfly Beauty of the Sea or Gem of the Sea. And then I wanted to call the silver arm dude, or the metal, the cybernetic arms dude, like Silver Arm or Silver. Silva. Ooh. I could do a Silva. Okay, so Silva. So we have Silva, Gem of the Sea, and Admiral. The next one I have planned is I have a character I wanted to call basically the lover of Davy Jones' lover, and they are essentially a voodoo person who use their magic, like flat out it is just magic. Like people are like, how are they doing this? How are they literally bringing about a spiritual kraken? And then they just go, bro, I'm dating Davy Jones. You think he wouldn't let me use his kraken? Like, what do you mean you're dating Davy Jones? It's like, yeah, this is the Black Pearl, not the Black Pearl. This is his literal ship. Like, these are ghost people, and you're confused about how I'm dating a ghost. I think that'd be really funny. I think that'd be good. So yes, lover of Davy Jones, and like I said, like their whole thing is that they use actual magic. Like, their crewmates are spirits and skeletons and demons and whatnot. Or like, no, their crew is sunken ship mates. Like that's their crew. Like whenever a ship is sunk, they get more members. Because I think that would be a cool mechanic of, hey, did you want this member? Well, they're living, so you can't really get them. But if you sink the ship they're on, then they're free game. Because I think that'd be a cool like comeback mechanic where it's like, oh man, this guy's pretty strong. He's taking out a lot of ships and whatnot. And it's like, while he's doing that, there's just a stronger thing that is scaling better than him because it's getting more crew members, which means it can run more ships. Now I'm thinking like it's a Civ game. Anyways, what else would be... What's the next captain? I had him. My favorite, well, not my favorite, but my favorite aesthetically aesthetically speaking, my favorite captain was a... I wanted a Viking slash Norse styled captain who... There we go. Who was Dragon Riders, you know? Metal Dragon Riders. And by that I mean like they create literal metal dragons. And that's what they use. Like they have a carrier type Viking ship. Okay. They have like a Viking style ship that's a somewhat like a carrier because their entire game plan revolves around their air. Yo, Crispy, how you doing? Oof. I almost did bad. Anyways, what have you missed? I fell far. Let's not talk about how far I fell. And I bonked. Good for you, man. You did great. That's very good to hear. What? Okay. Yep. And then here... Meanwhile, in the hour and a half I've been streaming, I have fallen 4 times, I want to say, back down to sewers. But I haven't fallen farther than that, which is good. So that's a plus. But now I'm back down here. I made it, I think, up a screen. 2 screens, I think. And that's about the amount of progress I've made. Oh, I know. I would imagine how difficult New Bay Plus is. Which is why I'm probably not going to touch it. What? Okay. Back to where we are going to be. There we go. Yeah. What? There we go. Okay. Back to my somewhat safe checkpoint area, which isn't even a real checkpoint. Please. Okay. At least I got that jump down pretty much well. Back to the Great Frontier. Let's go. All my progress has been remade, essentially. Oh. Because from here on out, it's pretty easy. Yep. Up. There we go. Oh. I'm still figuring out this one. There we go. And then here. Huzzah! Okay. You're gonna play New Babe? Good luck with it, man. That's all I can really say. It's just good luck. Oi. Oh god. There we go. That's fine. That's fine. That's okay. It's fine. It's cool. It's fine. Whew. Here? No! Okay. Oh, I'm getting better at that though. That's Pog. As I say that. Stream keeps freezing? Let me see if I'm dropping frames or something. I haven't dropped any frames or anything. It looks like everything is fine on my end. Let me see. Let me do a couple jumps and I'm gonna see how it does. Because I have the stream pulled up on a laptop of mine. So let me see if I just... Well. Let me see how that looks when that happens. Everything looks fine on my end. You know? I don't see that I'm missing anything. Did I drop any frames with that? Mine keeps freezing? Huh. Weird. That's strange. 'Cause from what I can see on my end, it doesn't look like there's anything wrong. It's on my bitrate, CPU's fine. I haven't dropped everything, I'm live, I'm green across the board. Huh. Let me run a test of this with like here and then no. That looks like it did fine. Let me do this jump. That's strange because I'm not catching anything. It's kind of frozen. Wait, so can you hear me? Is it just the gameplay that's frozen? That's... Let me bring up my own Twitch here. And then if I pull up my own stream... Huh. Let me mute this. Yeah. That was kind of weird. Because there's nothing on my end that's... If I do that and then that... Let me go to my... My bitrate's fine. Let me refresh it, maybe. That's really weird. Everything genuinely looks fine on my end, and I pulled it up on a couple different screens and it doesn't look like it's changing too much. Kind of weird. Doesn't look like I'm having any errors either. It's not my bitrate dropping. Setting... Pop-out player, maybe? I do this. And close that. Can I do what I think I can do? No. Okay. Just stomp a bit when I exit out of it? Birds are still moving. Huh. That is strange, but I don't think there's actually anything on my end that's causing that. Weird. But other streams are... I heard something about maybe... I think they said like... So I think somewhere someone said that like Twitch pull up. Twitch like pulls resources from smaller streamers to support bigger ones. Like they'll streamline them into that, maybe. I don't really know. That's super strange though that I was freezing for you because I pulled myself up on like multiple different screens and I was fine for the most part. Frozen. Didn't look like he could hear me. I see. Are you back? Did it work? So many questions now. What? Overshot that. Let me check that. How that looks. Felt like that, but it looked like it kept fine with it. I'm so. I don't really know what to do with this head. Let me see. Bonk looks fine. That looks fine. Maybe that's because that should be what people actually see, no? Not captions. Automatic screen switcher outputs. Any crashes that's have happened? No, no crashes. Huh. It's 9 already? Yeah, except I did the last 20 minutes because I started late. Weird. Super weird. I genuinely don't know if it's a problem on my end or not. I don't think it is, but I mean, everything looks fine on mine end, on bed. Everything looks fine on my end. I don't. Nope, nothing. Weird. Cause I can't. Oh. I bonked again. Oh, I'm gonna be so sad if I end today making negative progress. Got 20 minutes to try and fix this for myself. Something? Nothing? No? Weird strangeness? Because every time I check on my side, it looks like everything's fine, but now I'm worried that, like, I'm just not looking at it correctly. Is this Kings? This is Kings. I'm so excited to play more Project Wingman. I have to hope that that doesn't stutter as much as it did last time. Let me pop this up again. Maybe I can pop out. You might have fixed it. Hopefully you did, but honestly, it's kind of fine. I don't think I'm gonna be streaming for too much longer anyways, you know, if it's that bad. Maybe I'll end stream early and I'll try to figure out if it's something on my end. What? Nope, still freezes? Strange. It freezes, but it unfreezes. Is it just the gameplay or is it the entire stream? Because if it's the gameplay, then maybe that's something with my drivers I need to update. But if it's the entire stream... Or maybe it's my microphone? Or just watch it with random freezes? Maybe it's just the stream buffering? Oh, I have a shot. And I bonked there. What a weird thing to be happening. I've never had this problem before with anything else. Even with like... Well, with Project Wingman I had problems with the frame rate kind of dropping immensely. Not when I was playing, but when I was streaming. Maybe it's something like that. Maybe it's something on your end, but this isn't happening on it. Maybe Twitch is just being weird. Honestly, I wouldn't put it past them to just... I think I heard somewhere that they take resources from smaller streamers to help bigger streamers. Hi, Milk Crate. How are you doing? Hope you're having a lovely evening. Ah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Alright, it stopped? Cool. Nice, man. I appreciate that. That was good. You know what? That was good. I'll give you that. That was good. Ugh. Nice job getting out of Bright Crown Woods. At least one of us is making progress. What? I gotta start getting these timings better. I'm trying to go quickly because I want to make sure I end with positive progress at the very least. What? There we go. There we go. I had to figure out a way to get that timing easier. Not that timing, that spacing. It's the first word that I fell to. Oh man. What? Okay, here. Yeah, okay. I'm very happy at the very least I have a good soundtrack backing me up on this one today. Yeah. The worst part is that it's actually difficult. That's crazy. Not me, who had somewhat a problem with Red Crown. It wasn't too much of a problem, but it took a little bit getting used to. I totally forgot that was a full jump. No, not from here. No, not from there. There we go, from here. Okay. And then... Oh god, where do I space myself here? I bonked. I should use the Calamity again? Here, I'll play my favorite song from this, and then I'll switch it over to Calamity. No, take me to the playlist. Here's a song actually called Calamity. We'll play this, and then I'll switch to the Calamity OST again. I don't trust that at all. Okay. You know what's up, it's time to suffer. That's true. The Red Crown was meant to teach you, this game's hard, have fun with it. And then Bright Crown is like, you know what you're doing. You know what's happening. You already know what it is. Here we go. Here, maybe? There we go. Okay. We're back. It only took like 5 minutes. That's too much. I don't know why I did that. Here we go. And then here. There? Everywhere. Okay. Progress is being made. Ooh. Progress. Huzzah! Okay. I never noticed, but he makes a little cross at his feet. It's adorable. Anyways. What? Okay. Farthest I've made it. Let's go. Oh god. Here? Yes. Alright, new screen Pog. Oh. Nope, it's not a 1. Oh, it's probably gonna be like a 1.5 or something, and I'm gonna be sad. Full. Oh, now I had to do icy cave jumps. Have fun with that. I gotta figure out these poles. Give me the distance on the first one at the very least. I overshot it. Oh wait, is Calamity done? Calamity is done. Alright, let me bring up the Calamity playlist. Calamity. OST, here we go. 1.5 right, then full jump left. Okay, thanks. I'll keep that in mind. Baba. Do you have any song that you want from the Calamity OST in particular? That way it isn't just random biome themes again. Alright, let's go, False King's Castle. Why is Undertale on here? Oh, it's fine. I'll play... Let's start with... I don't think I've heard this one. We'll go with this one. I have no clue. Unholy Insurgents? Okay, let me look up that one. I know what this one is. Okay. Okay. Probably near the bottom then. Gotta do this by title. Because, yes, and then to the bottom. There it is. Because if I search it and then play it, it's going to constantly be playing between that and Unholy Ambush, I think. Oh, I was there. You could have given it to me. You could have. But you didn't. There we go. Yep. Good choice. Good choice. Oh no. We're good. And then here. Okay. And then full. That's fair. This is pretty good. It is indeed a banger. Ah! Oh, we're safe. No, we're not. Oh, thank goodness. I'm kind of surprised this isn't as punishing as I thought it would be once you get to this section. As I say that, I'm gonna royally mess it up and end up in the sewers again somehow. What? That's too much, but that's fine. I can do it easier from here. There we go. Then here to there. I bonked again. I saw the future where I just don't hit that almost. Honestly, yeah. I feel that. I was hoping to make it to the checkpoint today, but with how I've been playing, maybe not. Maybe I get to snow and I call it there. Oh, it. Right, full left, excuse me. Here. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. There we go. Ah, okay. Yeah. There's no way you go through the entirety of Stormwall Pass. It's literally the longest section. I hear you, I hear you. Okay, so then this is what I'm gonna do. I've been streaming for 2 hours. I'm gonna set myself up for Stormwall Pass again, and then I'm probably gonna call it there. I know I haven't been streaming we haven't been here for too long, which is slightly unfortunate, but that's fine. Oh balls. Because I'm gonna be honest, my mentality is really taking a beating, and also I have something coming up with my family. It's not too bad, but I'll probably just set myself back up if I can get there. Getting used to wind. I probably should, but I don't know, it's weird. Oh, because I can't be making my jumps anymore. Let's go, Underberg. Let's go, Underberg Pog. Oh, goodness. Okay. Plan. I get back to the screen I was at with the wooden planks. I think I'm going to call it there. Because I'm... Oh, no. Oh, my God. Like, I'm pretty sure my mental state is in somewhat of agony with this. I've almost fallen back down to Redwood or Red Crown twice. And it was scary. What? Oof. I will also mention that Jump King will take not as high as a priority as it usually does, where it'll be Jump King then another stream. I'll still play it somewhat often, but I will be playing it a little less, so just expect like 1 or 2 2 streams in between each Jump King stream, probably maybe 3 here and there. So it won't be as often, but I will still keep playing it consistently. Ah. Okay. Plus, I also want to figure out weird freezing stuff. And the little music playlist thing I added, because the image will sometimes not work. Looks like it's working now, but sometimes it will just not work. You found a skip. Cool. Okay, so let me... Oh, come on. Come on. Okay. Let me get back to the wooden things, and I think I'm gonna call it there for today. My brain is losing it, low-key. It's not just because of Jump King either. I played League. I played Ranked League, and that was the biggest mistake of my life. Oh Jesus. Okay, I'll. It's fine. It's cool. We're gonna get to that top right corner. We're gonna get to that top right corner, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be fine. Okay. Whew. Okay. Can I make it to the top of this? How much do I trust myself? It's fine. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry, but I gotta call it here. Whew. I've made very small progress, but to be fair, I fell back to cages twice and I fell below cages once. I'm gonna call it here. Like I mentioned before, I'm gonna try and fix the freezing thing. Maybe it is on my side and I just don't know it. But I'm gonna call it here, try and see if I can fix that. I'll probably play this again on the weekend, maybe? Thank you for coming by, Crispy. I really do appreciate it. So next time I play this will probably be on the weekend, I think. I'm gonna definitely play Omori and Project Wingman before it. And then I'll play this again. For sure. So if you want to see those, you can come by. I'm pretty much still in the beginning of both of them. So you won't have missed out on too much. I did see that Underberg does have fall down to go up. That's terrifying to me. Anyways, thank you for coming by and thank you for watching. I gotta go. Big appreciates you for coming by though. Bye bye.